Welcome to Capital Connections, where the complex world of finance becomes approachable, practical, and ready for your entrepreneurial journey. Hosted by Lorette Ferris, the Capital Coach, a seasoned financial services thought leader who has journeyed through investment banking, mergers and acquisitions, business brokerage, and crowdfunding. This podcast is our way to give back. It's our gateway to help demystify your business growth pillars. Each episode is part of our three-tiered multifaceted business lifecycle journey, training series, growth by acquisition, getting investor ready, and exit on your terms. It all starts with our Capital Navigators blog, where each episode is converted here in Capital Connections for those who choose to listen instead of read. Now, we don't stop there. We dive deeper into each topic through self-paced coaching programs, masterclasses, and mastermind groups, transforming this information into action steps for those seeking more. Speaking directly to solopreneurs, micro to small businesses, transitioning corporate executives, and technicians. Our approach? Simple yet profound. We break down high-level financial concepts into everyday language, making them accessible and actionable. Whether you want to acquire a business, raise capital, or sell your company, plug into our Business Lifecycle Journey series. So, tune in, turn up the volume, and get ready to connect the dots in your financial journey. Let's begin.
So let's get started. Proof positive, presenting your proof of concept to win investor confidence, demonstrating validity beyond the idea. Defining proof of concept, the fundamentals for investors. When it comes to attracting business investors these days, that light bulb moment of inspiration doesn't cut it anymore. Investors want more than a bright idea. They want proof that this concept can deliver in the real world. This is where the proof of concept notion becomes pivotal. At its core, a proof of concept transforms a fledgling idea from imagination into reality through practical demonstration. It's no longer just theoretical. It's been shown actually to work. And that demonstration of real-world viability can make or break an entrepreneur's chances at securing those critical early-stage investments. Across software platforms, medical devices, and consumer goods, name the sector, investors want assurance that the idea has been validated beyond prints on a page. A software startup can showcase an early prototype that highlights essential user functions. An e-commerce company can provide initial results from beta testing a shopping app with target consumers. A biotech firm can present a study demonstrating the efficacy of a compound under development. The proof of concept puts an invention under the microscope and tests if it delivers on expectations when engineered or manufactured. Does it solve the intended issue? Does it align with customer needs? Can it withstand real-world conditions? This concept of vetting gives investors confidence in the idea itself and the capabilities of the founding team to execute. And nothing speaks louder than early sales. That first set of customers who vote with their wallets. Suppose you can demonstrate market traction with actual users paying for your product or service. In that case, it powerfully reinforces your proof of concept. Those initial sales underscore actual demand and validate your business model in tangible terms that resonate acutely with investors' focus on commercial potential. For both early stage and established companies, the proof of concept is a pivotal strategic tool from ideation to full commercialization. It provides an architecture to build while gauging feedback and challenges incrementally. For startups still shaping their central offering, it enables more agility to refine the concept in response to market reaction. For enterprises expanding into new spaces, it allows launching exploratory ventures without massive upfront investments. A well-executed proof of concept answers that central question: is this idea investment ready? Investors bet on promise. The proof of concept proves that promise has true potential for the real world. Bringing ideas to life, crafting proof of concept case studies. Turning a spark of inspiration into a fully realized business requires masterful storytelling. Investors don't just exchange money for ideas, they invest in compelling visions of the future conveyed through narratives. This is where proof of concept case studies become the entrepreneur's canvas for painting possibility into reality. A well-crafted proof of concept case study tells the origin story of the still emerging venture, outlining the chronology from conceptualization to demonstration. But every startup origin story is unique. The focus areas spotlighted in the case study can vary markedly depending on both sector and strategic focus. Consider EdTech innovations, a hypothetical startup focused on gamified education apps. Their case study will emphasize user experience and instructional testing. Contrast this with MedTech Mobility, which is piloting a prototype motorized wheelchair. Their case study will prioritize highlighting manufacturing feasibility and device capabilities. So while differing in sector specifics, compelling proof of concept case studies follow a similar narrative arc. The story starts with the idea origin moment, the aha that spawned this venture concept, what market need or technological capability birthed this vision, and conveying this spark gives crucial context. Next comes elaborating on the proof of concept strategy and development process. This section spotlights the methodologies, experiments, and milestones generating results that validate the originating concept. Challenges faced and problems solved, accomplishments are highlighted to showcase perseverance. The case study narrative culminates in showcasing outcomes demonstrating concept success factors. What prototypes were fabricated by the MedTech Mobility team? How did EdTech Innovations app demo attract early adopter customers even without full feature functionality? Investors weigh such outcomes as indicators of viability potential in the venture if the venture were to scale with full resource investment. Sprinkled across these case studies are real-world examples that resonate with investor audiences. For instance, an account of how ride-sharing disrupted urban transportation demonstrates market appetite for innovations improving entrenched systems. These concrete stories show that new ideas can successfully challenge the status quo. For the entrepreneur, the proof of concept case study crafts a vision in motion from a static concept to a dynamic demonstration. For the investor, it catalyzes imagination into evaluation. By skillfully conveying their origin journey on the page, startup founders enhance prospects for fueling future scale journeys with investor capital. Metrics that matter, quantifying proof of concept potential. Turning a proof of concept into an investable opportunity requires numeric evidence validating the feasibility of scale. Early stage investors don't just bankroll imaginative ideas. They inject capital as fuel for accelerating ventures with quantifiable potential, making identifying and showcasing relevant key performance indicators vital for entrepreneurs proving their concept is ready to transition from prototype to breakout growth. The metrics that matter most depend heavily on sector specifics. An e-commerce startup will emphasize user engagement and conversion statistics. A biotech firm will spotlight clinical trial outcomes validating therapeutic efficacy. Despite differences in detail, some consistent KPI categories apply across industries. Market viability metrics. They evaluate the revenue opportunity within a startup's focus segment. What is the addressable customer population? How underserved is this niche by current player offerings? Competitor benchmarking contextualizes the competitive landscape. Identifying an outsized undermet market need establishes scalability upside. Technical feasibility. This metric quantify performance factors tied directly to the core offering itself. Software startups will showcase programmer productivity rates and app speed and uptime. Hardware prototyping ventures highlight accuracy and durability benchmarks under testing conditions. Outcomes meeting or exceeding targets demonstrate production-ready technical capacity. Financial viability modeling. This projects revenue trajectory based on addressable market size applied against conversion rate assumptions tested in proof of concept trials, cost structure benchmarks drawn from prototype manufacturing quantify anticipated overhead demands. Combining top-line revenue forecasting with cost analysis provides pro forma profitability estimates, posing little downside risk while boasting a significant upside, which constitutes an enticing investment equation. Sophisticated investors consider shiny new concepts alluring at face value and scrutinize underlying metrics demonstrating scalability and profit potential. Entrepreneurs who identify the key performance indicators that matter most then provide proof points validating their venture delivers on these metrics, will find investors ready to engage. The numbers alone don't tell the whole story, but they propel imagination firmly into quantifiable reality. Prototyping and MVPs, minimum viable products, interactive showcases for proof of concepts. In the journey from conceptual blueprint to investor-ready venture, prototypes and minimal viable products operate as bridges connecting imagination to reality. They enable progress assessment beyond theoretical metrics or static models by allowing hands-on interaction with an emerging idea. Their interactivity and real-time performance data help establish crucial proof points, validating the feasibility and market readiness central to any convincing proof of concept. Consider first the role of prototypes, early stage representations translating drawings and digital renderings into physical form and function. The goal is not finished product perfection. Prototypes focus on manifesting core design aspects to permit real-world testing. A prototype for an electric vertical takeoff aircraft startup emphasizes evaluating forward flight aerodynamics and transition mechanisms between vertical and horizontal configurations. This testing yields data to help refine specifications and performance benchmarks critical for scoring investment to progress development. Prototypes showcase firsthand what works and what doesn't, and how inventions can be honed to optimize viability. They provide a glimpse at how a still formative solution can deliver on intended utility once engineered for manufacturing. Whereas prototypes concentrate on technical validation, minimum viable products flip focus to market testing. MVPs distill an emerging product or services feature set down to the bare essential elements that will resonate with early adopters. These launches offer access to real-world usage data through product analytics and user feedback. An MVP for a navigation app, for example, might limit initial functionality to turn-by-turn directions and traffic notifications. This field testing can validate market demand while teeing up consecutive feature release phases. Solutions can evolve dynamically through this agile, iterative process to align with authentic market needs rather than theoretical assumptions. MVPs demonstrate that the target customer base will perceive value in the core offering. Prototypes prove this offering can credibly progress from concept to viable production with investment catalysts. Together, they supply the live testing and continuous optimization missing from static diagrams or written specs alone. By interacting directly with inventions in progress, they help transition innovations from possibility to investable probability. Making your case crafting proof of concept presentations to persuade investors. So you validated your big idea with prototypes built, market tests run, and data analyzed. You're confident in the proof points demonstrating genuine viability and scale potential. Time to call those investors, right? Not so fast. Remember, investors see opportunities stream past them every day, pitched by passionate entrepreneurs. Yours need to stand out from that sea of possibilities. Table stakes are excellent proof of concept testing, presenting a compelling narrative around that data is the differentiator that compels investment conviction. That means strategically crafting your presentation with your intended investor audience at close focus. Understand their sector preferences, typical check sizes, and appetite for risk and reward. Then Sculpt how you showcase proof of concept outcomes accordingly. The story you tell private equity firms with 8-figure average investments will differ substantially from seed investors providing 6 figures to early stage ventures. While tailoring messaging to align with investor profiles, certain universal best practices apply in showcasing any proof of concept. Spotlight your solution's differentiated value, innovative technology, groundbreaking design, or proprietary business processes that give you an edge over competitors deserve featured attention to pique investor interest. Quantify projected reach through thorough total addressable market. The analysis, evaluating your venture's TAM, or again, total addressable market, using multiple estimation methodologies, builds the market scalability case that titillates investors' growth ambitions. Leverage compelling visuals to reinforce conclusions. Infographics exploring market landscapes make complex data digestible. Dynamic charts mapping operational KPIs over testing periods illustrate continuous improvement unambiguously. Let this vital evidence make your case. Weave in stories showing concept in action, case profiles of prototype user testing sessions, personalized impersonal analytics. At the same time, demonstration video clips add that tangible feel missing from conventional slide decks. Embrace show and tell dynamics. There's no defined blueprint guaranteeing startup fundraising success, but meticulously demonstrating proof in practice moves the odds favorably in the entrepreneur's direction. Just remember how you package your case. Proving promise matters equally. Marry quantifiable validation with narrative persuasion, and investor reception will outperform imagination. In conclusion, for entrepreneurs ready to transform visionary ideas into tangible business ventures, this guide has outlined the critical components for credibly demonstrating proof of concept to facilitate crucial early stage investment. We fundamentally establish what proof of concept means, evidencing real-world viability beyond theoretical conjecture. Investors mandate this practical validation before accepting the risk of financially sponsoring commercialization journeys. From this foundation, we explored best practices for strategically building case studies chronicling concept conversion into reality, compelling narratives, humanized data, lending investor resonating context. Quantifiable metrics quantify market potential. Constructing interactive prototypes and minimal viable products takes validation further, offering live testing insight and customer feedback visibility. Our attention then turned to financially quantifying proof points to forecast scale possibilities. When judging upside potential, sizable, addressable markets, advantageous cost structures, and compelling conversion rates are the indicators investors weigh. We discuss communicating the context of this opportunity through intuitive visualization and experiential showcasing. So while certainly not the only determinant, thoroughly demonstrating proof of concept unquestionably tilts the odds of fundraising success into you, the entrepreneur's favor. It signals goods or services progressing from speculative to investable. It maps ambition to money by taking investors on the journey from imagination through quantification into qualification. Founders manifest destinies for their ventures from concept to commercial fruits.
And that wraps up another enriching episode of Capital Connections. Thank you for joining us this week to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of business and finance. Your journey toward growth and success is our top priority. You can stay connected to our offerings by checking us out at iBOSSinc.net, subscribing to our Capital Navigators blog, following our company page on LinkedIn, registering for a masterclass, or joining a mastermind group. At Capital Connections, our mission goes beyond simply sharing knowledge. It's about crafting transformative experiences. So, until our next encounter, stay on the path of connecting the dots in your financial journey, and let's continue in our joint journey of growth, innovation, and leadership. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you in the next episode of Capital Connections.